This week on West of Nowhere, we discuss the passing of film icon James Earl Jones, talk about some Star Wars content, how email scams have evolved, the infidelity of Dave Grohl, and Linkin Park's new singer causing all sorts of drama, and a drunk driver who had killed pro hockey player Johnny Gaudreau and his brother, leaving their wives widows, and kind of the tragedy that's stricken that family. And also in this week's Am I the Asshole? Does being pregnant give you free reign of your apartment and slash or roommate? We'd also like to thank Pantera Girl, Colton Zammersla, Andres Vias the God, Kevin Garahan, Chantel Stadler, Mark Stadler, Colby Jordan, Kylie Gangwish, and Rusty Professor Lord Reverend Rusty Professor J. Lugnuts, Reverend Professor Rusty Lugnuts the Third, Junior Esquire Squared. All right, thanks.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome back, kids and coaches, to another episode of West of Nowhere. I am Levi.
And I'm Shane.
Yes, and we are back, and it's our regular scheduled time to be here. Obviously, so don't adjust your clocks, or maybe do, because if it says Tuesday or any day after that, it's obviously wrong. So
It's Levi's fault, okay? He's a fucking prima donna. The fame has gone to his head.
yeah,
He was like, I'm not fucking recording on Sunday, and you can get out of here, you know what I mean? So, like, I do what I can, guys.
yeah.
But he just, like, makes me do terrible things all the time, and I need you guys to know.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, none of that's true. I was ready to record on Sunday, but Shane's like, "Oh, you take the day off and business," and I was like, "Okay, don't have to fucking tell me twice."
What's that band that sings that? Oh, that like old band that sings a song, like it's my party and I'll cry if I want to.
Yeah, I don't
You
know,
literally
but yeah.
called me and sang that song to me.
That's not true at all. It was a Snapchat, and it said,
See,
"It's my
he sang
birthday,
it,
and I'll
and I'll
dance
cry
if I
if I-
want." And that was at like 2 p.m.
No, he called me and he sang the Casper version. It's my party and I'll die if I want to.
Yeah.
So I called him and made sure he was okay.
Well, you're just gonna have to pick a side. Mom and Dad are fighting, and you're gonna have to decide who you want to stay with. So, but yeah,
Bright
so-
side is 2 Christmases.
yeah. Also, getting to explain to your friends why you get double the presents, pretty cool. Pretty cool and enviable position to be in, especially in elementary school. Not that I'm speaking from personal experience, but I'm speaking from personal experience. Yeah, anyway. I'm now fucking old as shit. I'm 30. I walk with a walker. I yelled at some kids in my lawn. And
They were in your line.
yeah, they're in my lawn. I say, "Get off my lawn!" And then,
I just want, that's offensive, right?
huh?
So you're younger than me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I did have a really cool moment though, because I was talking to some of my friends. I was getting my responses in, because it's, on Snapchat, it tells you when people's birthdays are. You don't even have to try to remember anybody's birthday. Like, it just tells you if it's in
Yeah.
there anyway. And one of my friends Snapchatted me and was like, "Oh my gosh, happy birthday!" I was like, "Thank you." She's like, "How old are you turning today?" And I said 30, and she's like, "No way." I was like, yeah, actually. She's like, "You're being serious?" I was like, "Yes." I feel like that's not a thing that people would lie about, I guess, but I don't know. She's like, "No, I definitely picked you for like 26 to 28. And I was like, "Yeah, I kind of get that a lot. I do have kind of a baby face, and if I shaved, I'd probably look even younger, but we're not going down that rabbit hole ever again." So,
Dude.
yeah.
The one of the new airmen in the AE shop then we share a shop with the AEs. But she was like, "Oh yeah," she's like, "Chief's 45," and I was like, "Holy shit, dude! Come on."
Did you go, well, guess who is going to stay late all the time forever scooping pad eyes and stuff? Because you just made an enemy out of me. Turns out all the jets need polished, and they're not even shiny, but you're going to figure it out because you've made me sad. Oh, man. Yeah, well, anyway, should we get on to the show, I suppose?
We should, yeah.
We got 3 comments.
All 3 of them. One
of them, Pantera Girl, decided to be different and post her comment on Spotify, because I forgot you could do that. So,
hey,
it is kind of cool, though. So if you would rather leave a comment there, I might read it. As you know, I will pick and choose which comments I want to read. And now there's only 3 today, so I'll probably read all of them. But I'm going to start with hers. And she says, I know we all feel a bit invisible at times, but I got to say I'm not feeling too bad about it at the moment. I don't know what that's in response to, but, you know, hey. Sometimes it is nice to fly under the radar. I'll agree with that. And then she said, I bet his wife got a ton of housework done. Also don't know what that's about. And this isn't about the Am I the Asshole, because she marked that one specifically, which is helpful. But before that, she says, I agree with you on the lip gloss, Shane. It's just more shock value for sales. Get people talking, which is accurate. I was also telling people at work about this.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of really hilarious reactions, and I was happy to be like, oh, did you hear about Sexy Red's new makeup line? And first of all, hearing that sentence from me has got to be hilarious. But
I was gonna say, yeah, as an old man talking about new makeup,
white guy,
yeah,
that dresses the way I do. Yeah, just not even like trying to like blend in with the younger crowd. I'm just very much not. But just having me go, you hear about Sexy Red's new makeup? And they're like, what? I'm like, Google it. Give it a Google.
Google it.
And yeah, it was pretty exciting. So if you're listening and people haven't heard about this, go ahead and hit them with it at work and make the day fun, and maybe get sent to HR. Who knows? But Pantera Girl finishes her comment with her "Am I the asshole?" statement. She says, "Some people have never been punched in the face for their stupidity, and it shows." Yeah, I mean. Normally, I'd feel like that's a very harsh reaction, but I did say I wanted to fight this dude's sister, so, it is. I feel like we gotta give her a pass on that one. That's all I have to say about that, is what she says. Which is all she had to say, because that's where the comment ends. But, so thank you for that. And Kylie, in the YouTube comments, talking to herself, weirdo, she said she timestamped 34 minutes and 43 seconds, and she said, Dad from Blue Mountain State, LMAO, which I went and listened to that, and I couldn't really tell what she was keying up to, what connected the dots there, but
yeah,
I'm not convinced she's actually ever watched that show, so,
about last week's episode, we got to talk about this thumbnail.
The what?
The thumbnail. You made yourself look fucking great. A great, nice beard, and then you stuck my face on there and gave me this fucking 6-head, like I have fucking, like I'm on the spectrum on the wrong end.
Oh no, what? I didn't do that on purpose, but hilariously, that's what happened. But I didn't do it on purpose, I promise you.
You motherfucker.
I just wanted to put our faces over the Kelsey brothers because I thought that would be funny, and honestly, my face lined up with his head a little too well, so...
Yeah.
Jason, if you're watching this, and I know you are because you don't work anymore, so have us on the show, dude.
That would be insane.
That would be crazy. There's no way, but it would be cool. Anyway, sorry about your poor thumbnail viewing. This is the second time you've complained about being portrayed poorly on the thumbnail, and I gotta say, you're getting a little prima donna Mariah Carey-esque on me, and I'm gonna need you to fucking dial it back because I can't handle this. If you're gonna be, I didn't look pretty enough to move. I'm just gonna draw a stick figure, and then we're gonna go from there. Because
Look at me. I don't need any help looking worse, you motherfucker.
well, for 45, you look pretty good. So, Kylie continues. She says, I don't know who that rapper is, but those names are atrocious, and that brand will fail miserably. Sadly, it probably won't. It probably will do really well, and that's where we are in society. And she said she's trying to one-up NARS, which I've never heard of, but I looked it up, went to the website, and they have a powder blush titled Orgasm. So,
I mean...
yeah.
That's not as bad.
No, but that I see what she's saying. Like she's trying to one up.
Yeah.
The oversaturation of celebrity makeup brands is ridiculous, and I promise 80% fail within the first 2 years. This will be one of those. Well, here's hoping. It is weird though, because there's so many. It's a lot of fragrances too. A lot of signature.
Well, not even just that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of celebrity alcohols too now.
Really?
Yeah, Terramana is the Rock's tequila.
I guess that makes sense when they're ridiculously famous, but what I'm talking about is medium level fame.
Okay,
they always have a perfume line at least. That seems to be the thing, or they're just endorsing a lot of them. But I don't know.
Yeah, or Dan Aykroyd and Crystal Skull vodka.
Okay, well, listen. The man's been making people laugh for 60,000 years, so he's allowed to have a little bit. But the Two Bears boys, they have their own.
Yeah.
What is it, vodka?
I think it is vodka.
Dos Osos or something?
Dos.
I don't know.
Yeah, Oso, yeah, whatever. It's Spanish, right?
It's Two Bears in Spanish, I'm pretty sure.
That's what I thought. Okay. Shouldn't it have been tequila? How are you going to have a Spanish name and then a Russian alcohol?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes no sense. And also, trying to encroach on the Russian boot vodka market? I don't think so. Today's episode is sponsored by Milos's Boot Vodka. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things to talk about this week. I don't know where you
got to
start.
talk about the most important thing that happened yesterday.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P. to James Earl Jones.
Yes.
The one and only, the voice of Darth Vader.
Mufasa.
The icon behind Mufasa. He was in Field of Dreams. What else was he in? In fucking everything. I mean...
Dude, he's in so much stuff.
60% of his IMDb is all Star Wars stuff, but still. Is
it really that much?
No. I was doing a little hyperbole, but...
Dude, I didn't realize. Coming to America.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's the dad.
Conan the Barbarian in 82?
Oh, shit.
What? Hunt for Red October.
Great.
He's in a bunch of the,
Great
the Tom Clancy movies, yeah.
Dr. Strangelove? Oh, my God.
Sandlot. Both the Sandlots.
Movie. Oh, yeah, I forgot. He's the guy.
crotchety old dude with the dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, dude. Holy cow.
What a random ass movie for this crazy famous actor to be in. Don't get me wrong, obviously Sandlot, very popular growing up and everything, but can you imagine being this guy who's very, I don't know, he feels like he's on the kind of level of Patrick Stewart is, where they're well regarded, very good actors, they have high caliber performances.
Yeah.
And then he's in this comedy kids movie, and it just feels sometimes those just feel super out of place.
Yeah.
But Patrick Stewart does a lot of weird shit too, I guess. So I don't know, maybe that comparison is a little too good. But yeah, he is 93, which not surprised that he died, but it is cool that he left this huge wealth of things just to consume. I mean, around his craft, right? I did see that this is old news at this point, but because he died, it got brought back up.
Okay.
But he did sign his, like, he signed away his permission for Disney to continue using his voice and AI for Darth Vader.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which I feel like is pretty cool that they were able to, like, that we're at that point where, like, that can be done. And especially when it's like, yeah, I think you can do that with my voice. Here's my permission, instead of them just doing it. But, you know, obviously it gets a little murky in the other situations where they're just like, I think we're just going to figure out a way to do this. But I also think maybe stop retreading the same characters all the time. Might be a controversial opinion with Star Wars, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. Did you watch The Acolyte at all?
I wasn't crazy about. I didn't finish it.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I just didn't understand like why we were trying to reinvent again for the third fucking time what the Force is.
Yeah, but you know what I did like?
What?
Fucking Andor.
Yes, that was great.
Show is fucking awesome.
It was good, yeah.
And you know why it's so awesome is because it didn't fucking do the same thing that all the other Star Wars things seem to do, except for Rogue One or Rogue One. Sorry,
get it right.
Where they're telling a story within the Star Wars universe and have barely any fucking cameos or references to these people. Yeah. It's like connected, but it's not directly connected, and it's able to flourish on its own and be its own really good story. And like, I don't know, like the prison in that show, like that whole arc.
Yeah, that was great.
That was
that was
awesome.
Cool.
Like,
yeah, definitely.
All they need to do is do shit like that. Like, they don't need to fucking shoehorn fucking Baby Yodas and like all these different things into shit like all the time.
Well, so to be fair, The Mandalorian was good the first 2 seasons. I think like it was fun. It was different.
Yeah.
But then it just got annoying. Like the third season was probably the most boring fucking thing that they've ever done.
Right.
I did like the like main bad guy in the Acolyte. The who was supposed to have been the Sith. I thought his character was cool.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like the whole space witch idea.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I don't know. It just seems like they've been like jumping at the opportunity to just continue doing the same stuff and like well enough. I mean, that Acolyte was not renewed for a second season, which is good. Means they recognize that people don't like that dumb shit. Like you need to focus a little more on trying to build a good story without relying so hard on these callbacks and these like specific things. Like you can tell a Jedi story without it having to be related to the original, trilogy or the prequel, dude, like anything.
They could go if they really wanted to. I think they could go. Did you ever play any of the like the Jedi Order, like Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah, I played the second one. I didn't retain a lot of it, but I did play it when I was younger.
I think they could tap those overarching stories and do some good, because they're so far back, like in the like timeline of like what is Star Wars. It would be just all new characters. Don't try to reinvent what the Force is called or create a new way to fucking whatever. Yeah, go back, like, and just do that. Or like you were saying, because I think I'm a big proponent of that. Rogue One is like probably the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
it's such a good fucking movie and has nothing to do with lightsabers.
Yeah, you don't get any lightsabers until the last fucking minute with Darth Vader, and that's just because it connects to the first movie.
Yep.
And that's like a perfect way to do it. Like you literally leave that cliffhanger in, and then it ties in where the actual story picks up. Like that's the way to do it. Like if you cut out that, last however long it is before they get onto that ship, like before the plans get to that ship, if you cut out a lot of that, like it is very much its own thing. Obviously, we know that they're Death Star plans, and that's going to link back into the original movie. But like there's no connection other than the Death Star in name, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I love Rogue One. And I love that the director, when he pitched it as a Vietnam War movie. Like, he didn't go, hey, we're gonna do this Star Wars movie. He's like, I got this war movie idea. And they were like, fuck yeah. And he's like, psych, it's actually Star Wars. And they're like, oh shit. And then they probably just saw like actual dollar signs for eyes, but because then like they were like, this movie's awesome. And then they said Star Wars, and like, oh, we're about
Even
to fucking
better.
make so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my 2 cents on that. All right, so I came across this story about the email scam game is changing pretty drastically. You know,
Really?
it used to be back in the day, you get an email, Nigerian prince wants to give you all his money, all you got to do is give him all your fucking real important information, and then you know, he'll just send it to you, which is really cool of him. But
Yeah.
then it, you know, it's kind of changed hands. There's a lot of phishing things that are like getting you to click and download things, or, you know, stealing your information through various means, and, you know, maybe even putting like backdoors into your computer or whatever so they can access your information. The newest iteration is a email scam thing that's going on where it sends the person a link, but it and what it is that it's a they already have information of the person, so they'll send you an email and it says, hi, whoever your name is, and then it'll list your significant other's name, and then it'll say, they're cheating on you, here's proof, you click here, blah blah blah, and like it has all this information. So it's like a extortion, like almost thing. The blog I found calls it a sextortion, but I feel like that's a little heavy-handed on the name. But anyway, so yeah, they get you to click the link that way.
Yeah.
And then get your information and shit from that. But like, it's preying on, you know, people who are obvious, like, that's an email nobody wants to get. You know, that's like a crazy thing that nobody ever wants to hear. And the way that they're able to manipulate people's feelings in that way is pretty crazy. So yeah, if you get an email like that, that's probably what it is. Unless you're Dave Grohl, in which case it's real, because apparently Dave Grohl banged some lady outside of his marriage and they're having a baby. And yeah, did you not hear about this?
No.
Yeah. So, segue.
Yeah, it's you really really shoved that
it
one in
literally
there.
just came up today too. That's like crazy timing, but
That's insane.
yeah, Dave Grohl posted on, I don't know where specific, I think maybe on Instagram, but on social media, whatever, says that he has recently became the father of a new baby daughter born outside of my marriage.
Ooh,
Yep.
baby daughter.
Yep. I plan to be a loving and supportive parent to her. I love my wife and children. I'm doing everything I can to regain their trust and earn their forgiveness. Yep. And pretty crazy. I also saw that all of his daughters that, you know, he's got a 18-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 10-year-old with his wife. And all of them have since deleted their social media accounts, which is probably pretty smart, because that's gotta be tough. And it's really unfortunate, because Dave Grohl just seemed like he was like one of the more normal kind of rock stars, you know? He, like, you see videos of him interacting with fans and he's like just kind of a normal dude. Like, there's people take a, like, in the pit of some random concert and it's just Dave Grohl standing there and you're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, is that? Or he's like grilling brisket for homeless people, like doing all these things.
Here she is.
What's up?
Jordan Bloom.
That's his wife.
No, he says that's his future ex-wife. That's what the article's talking about.
Future ex-wife. Well, oh, okay, yeah. Future ex-wife would be his current wife. Yeah.
Oh. I thought he would. Well, usually when you hear that, if you say people, well, yeah, he called his now wife. Oof. Never mind.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Either way.
He's been married to her since 2003. Yeah. So that's pretty rough. Pretty rough. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, what do you know? A famous person has shifting morals. You know, it's I guess it's probably not. I made a comment on. I shared a post about it, and one of my friends made a comment. I responded with like, honestly, like I feel like this kind of thing is not even that outlandish anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this on celebrity scandal level is like kind of like, okay, what's new? You know, like, can you give me something real? Like, yes, not great. Yes, it is a shitty thing to do, but also he's a world famous rock star. Like, he could have done a lot worse, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But
especially in this day and age where like it feels like every couple years somebody that you know and love turns out to be a monster.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, anyway, so we're going to segue into more music news. Have you heard anything about this new Linkin Park singer?
Oh, I don't really like her.
Yeah, I haven't listened to anything because I'll be honest, I'm not going to really put any thought into Linkin Park without Chester. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't feel right to me, but...
The one song that I've heard wasn't bad, but they should have just changed their name, dude.
Yeah, like, just get a different band name. It's okay. Like people know who Mike Shinoda, like, all these guys, like, they know who you are. You can make a new band. Like, it's not like the old days where it's like, okay, well, we know Linkin Park because it's in the magazine, the one magazine that everybody has. So, like,
yeah.
you know, you can branch out a little bit. But yeah, that was my first thought too.
Yeah, she's not a bad singer. What I keep hearing is that like the reason why people are mad they picked her is some of the rumors are that she was like a really big supporter of Danny Masterson.
Yeah, I have seen that as well. And linked into that is that she's a Scientologist, and Danny Masterson is a Scientologist as well, so that makes sense why their like connection is there.
Oh, okay.
And like, one of my friends was posted a thing about it, and I was reading through the comments, and she's talking about this singer. I don't even remember the name now, but this new singer was allegedly harassing victims at the Danny Masterson trial, and I was like, well, if she's a Scientologist, then that makes sense, because that's what they fucking do. Like, they harass non-believers, essentially. Like, they do all this crazy shit, because they're... Emily Armstrong is her name.
Yeah, I found a picture of her,
yeah. So, not great. I also saw that one of Chester Bennington's sons has kind of came out and spoke against this move and said that, you know, Mike and the other bandmates kind of betrayed the family's trust. Apparently there was some sort of, like, I don't know, agreement or something where they weren't going to, you know, make any kind of crazy moves without respecting Chester's memory, and, like, including the family, which they're not really obligated to do, but, like, that does make sense that they would do that, because I don't, you know, I feel like a band is not necessarily the same as, like, a business where like
Yeah.
the next of kin kind of runs stuff, it's like, okay, well, there is not really that kind of structure in a band. Maybe about like assets and like money related to what they produced, but you know, the actual band itself, I don't think is that way.
I don't agree with you. I don't think they should have had to have included them at all. Like, I just think they should have changed the name. I think if that probably would have been the best move, just because. Oh, what's going on, Bo? Just because like it is a different band now.
Yeah. So, anyway, and as fucked up as they are, people are now telling Chester Bennington's son like all sorts of crazy shit for speaking out about this online.
Okay.
So.
Of course, he like hates women or something, doesn't he?
No.
Okay.
The ones that I've seen, like they're, I guess he had spoke out and said that people are sending him messages telling him to kill himself, which not great considering
What
how
the
his dad
fuck?
died.
Yeah.
And part of me thinks that this is also just more stemming from the Scientology thing, because this is kind of like the shit that they do. They do like unhinged stuff, like almost like the Westboro Baptist Church, but in like a more like tech savvy way, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. There was another thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't remember. Oh, sports news. This is probably one of the saddest stories I've come across in a while. So, I don't know, it was like a week and a half ago. Johnny Gaudreau, played for the Columbus Blue Jackets hockey team. Him and his brother were out for a late night bike ride, and a drunk driver hit and killed them. Yeah. Pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I guess it was also the day before their sister was supposed to get married.
Oh, fine.
And both of their wives are expecting children. The widow of Johnny Gaudreau announced her pregnancy at the memorial service because nobody had known that she was pregnant yet. Like, isn't that just insane how like drastic of a shift this like one of the daughters is about to get married, son plays hockey professionally, like very awesome, one wife's pregnant, the other one people don't know, but she's also pregnant, and then like all of it just crashing down is very fucked up. And also just this like, you know, drunk driving thing, like that's like the worst position for that like that is the ultimate, like when people go, you shouldn't drink and drive because like this is like one of the worst case scenarios, right?
Yeah.
I think the only thing would have made it worse is if like the widow got ran over or something, and then the baby died, you know what I mean? Like something crazy like that. So pretty sad. I don't really have anything more with that, but I just wanted to share this super sad story because that's what I do here.
You do. You ruin everything.
Yeah. And less sad sports news.
Oh, okay.
Nebraska might be back. So.
Oh, that's even worse. That's the saddest news of tonight.
Wow. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting for me. I'm excited about it, but whatever.
I mean, only Kylie is excited about Nebraska sports. Okay, like
yeah,
we know how she loves volleyball.
Oh yeah, well, fucking volleyball's sucking a big one, right? They lost to an unranked team.
Yeah, I thought they were good. What happened?
They were supposed to be. I don't know.
They traded all their players away.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think they just weren't prepared properly. They overlooked an opponent, which has also been happening a lot in college football because fucking Notre Dame just lost to an unranked Northern Illinois.
Oh, dude, I saw a meme for that, and the guy's like crying.
Yeah, crazy because Northern Illinois, like it's a non-conference game that Notre Dame was favored by like double digits to
Dude,
beat the shit out
You
of
know,
them.
there was some fucking like hometown, like old like alumni dude that like never really went anywhere past, and he was like, you know what? I know it. They're gonna beat Notre Dame, and he like went and put in a ridiculous amount of money down.
I hope so. That would be awesome. I know Shane Gillis is probably super sad because he's a big Notre Dame guy, but
Oh, okay.
yeah. And like Oregon almost lost to Idaho last week, and they're not even in the regular FBS anymore. They're like in the next division down. And then they almost lost to Boise State, and I don't know what it is, but if Oregon had to play one more team from Idaho, I don't think they'd be able to fucking do it. Like, they narrowly skated through 2 games against these teams, and not great. But,
Ugh.
yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all.
All
That's
right. Well,
I
if you've
got.
made it this far, stop what you're doing. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment. Leave us a review or a comment on Spotify. Leave us a review wherever you're listening.
Yeah.
If you leave us somewhere a review somewhere obscure, let us know and we'll read it. But
We'll track it down.
But the show goes to a lot of podcasting apps that I didn't even know existed. So you just gotta let us know.
Yeah.
All right. Am I the asshole for refusing to move out even though my roommate is 7 months pregnant?
Okay.
All
right.
This first sentence is confusing to me, and I have a lot of questions.
All right.
Hi, guys.
Hit me with
Last week, my roommate Becca found out she's not only pregnant, but 7 months along. How the fuck?
It's like that TV show.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah, I
know I
forgot
was
about
pregnant,
that.
and then there's like
Yeah,
the baby's just in the toilet.
Just falls
Yeah.
out. See, that show made me think that babies fall out of you into toilets a lot more often than you probably do.
Yeah. I would like to.
Okay.
Before you continue, I would like for the women that listen to the show, please explain how hilariously out of touch with your body you have to be to not know you're pregnant, because I gotta tell you, every pregnant woman I've ever interacted with, they got a lot of shit going on. There's like there's so much that I just don't understand. But all right, continue.
All right. She texted me that we had to talk today, and I had assumed she would be moving out soon for more space when the baby comes. Instead, she told me I have to move out to make space for the nursery and her baby daddy to move in. Bold move, Cotton.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. See if it pays off.
I'm on a terrible salary and cannot afford anywhere else to live. Plus, like, she wants me to move out right now so she can prepare for the baby. Even if I wanted to move out now, the apartment rental is in my area are either too expensive or well below living standards, so I don't want to move. She went absolutely crazy the moment I told her I wouldn't move out because I'm ruining her motherhood experience by not letting her family live together. I pay rent here, and my name's on the lease until at least the end of the year. I'm not going to pull out of the lease. I told her that if she wants her little family together, that she should move, and I'll find someone to half the cheap rent with. Ooh, this sounds like she's manipulative. That made her start crying and saying how I just want to ruin her life to the point her baby daddy had to console her and tell me to get out of their way already. I've not heard her stop crying since, but I think I'm totally valid that I don't want to leave. Am I the asshole for not wanting to move out?
Oh man,
That
it would have
last
been
part.
so funny if they were just like, actually, yeah, I do just kind of want to ruin your life. That's why I'm doing all of this. Like, just double down. Like, fuck you, dude. I mean, legally, not the asshole. You're on the lease. You're paying rent. Like, there's nothing she can fucking do about it. Like, I don't. And also, finding out you're 7 months pregnant, is wild to me. Like, it just is such a far-fetched concept in my brain. I don't know how you get to that point.
So here's my thing. Fucking, even whenever the year comes up, the apartment complex is going to offer her a chance to renew the lease.
Yeah.
Like, because she's already on the lease.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Now,
I'd be like,
this
yo,
person
move.
didn't say if the pregnant lady was on the lease, did they?
She did not say that. Yeah.
Okay.
But they don't even say if it's, I'm assuming it's another female. but
Yeah.
they did not say either.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is a thing that you just kind of gotta figure out on your own. But I don't think you're acting like an asshole. I don't. I like. Listen, you, not the poster, but the roommate. You decided to engage in sexual activities unprotected. That's your prerogative, but also those are your consequences to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you got pregnant, that does not mean other people now owe you anything. Like, that's not how that works.
How dare you say something?
I know. I just say a lot of things, but it's just like, okay, in a perfect world, you would obviously want to like move out ahead of time and kind of prepare your own space, get ready for the baby. Cool. Obviously, hard to do when you don't know you're pregnant until 7 months in, right?
Yeah, sorry.
But at that same point, that's not your roommate's fault. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
And to like try and force them out because you want the easy, like, it's easier for you to stay because you're pregnant, and it's easier for you to not have to move at this point, but also that's not how shit works sometimes. You like, hate to say it, but that's just not how it works. So I don't think the person's being an asshole, but
not the asshole.
I don't know. What are the people thinking?
The people. People said not the asshole.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I think
good.
we're getting pretty good at this.
Yeah. What's the top comment? Let's hear it.
I think it's almost exactly what you said. Not the asshole. This is a her problem, not a you problem. She wants the cheap rent for her and her baby daddy.
Yeah.
Your name is on the lease. You pay rent. She can't kick you out. However, be prepared for a very uncomfortable living situation from now on.
Yeah. That is the part that will suck about that, is like, it's not gonna get better at this point. Like, there's no coming back from that, right? Like, I've had many roommates over the years, and like, there's some times where you get into it with your roommate and you're like, are we gonna be able to move forward normally from this, or like, how's this gonna go? You know what I mean? And this seems like one of those situations where you don't really come back from.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're literally just going to be roommates, and I would invest in headphones, noise canceling, and figure out your living room rotation schedule, because it sounds like this person could probably get real petty about it too, and just like start taking up as much room as they possibly can, just to like assert their
I've got to have more room in
claim.
the fridge because I'm eating for me and my baby.
Yeah,
You know
or
what I
just
mean?
like when the baby comes, like,
Ooh.
like you're all, well, we need the space. You know, I gotta have some place to change the baby. Blah 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 blah. Like, you know, and
Yeah,
that
changing your
kind
room.
of like
Yeah.
territorial warfare that you're gonna now be playing with somebody who is a new mom is gonna be tricky. So
Yeah, sounds unfun.
yeah, I just fucking just buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, but stand your ground. I say, fight the
Yeah,
power. Find out what makes the baby cry and do that accidentally sometimes. You know, no. Oh darn! Sorry, I didn't mean to slam the fridge door 13 times and wake your baby up. I just got hungry. Start get a fucking the mosquito sound whistles or something. Just wake the baby up. That'd be fucked up, but hilarious. Yeah. Anyway.
No, yeah. We'd like to thank our friends Jack and Sally from the Macabre Emporium, a Real Creature Feature, the Society of Cryptid Hunters, the Remedial Scholar. Is that all of them? I feel like I'm always missing one.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Big shout out to Jack and Sally from the Macabre Emporium.
Yeah.
though.
We love Ted and Rachel. Yeah. All right, and that's it. I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.